Hi guys, this is Vivian White. She's 17 years old and she just spoke at the Desert Apologetics Anchored Conference. Hey Vivian, what'd you talk about?
I talked about how if we really want to change the world for Christ, then it's up to us to have the kinds of conversations necessary to spread the truth. And I started off by talking about some of the problems that our culture faces today, specifically my generation. One of them is that we've embraced the philosophy of multiculturalism. And so not just the idea that all cultures are welcome in America, but that all cultures are equal. And so if you try to say that your culture, your beliefs are more important than somebody else's, then you're deemed intolerant and unloving. And so people are scared to share their beliefs, and how that should not deter us from speaking out about controversial issues or our faith, because we have a duty to do that.
So how would you respond to somebody who you've been talking to about Christianity and they think that Christianity is just like every other religion?
That's a great question. I actually have a specific example. Last summer I went to Italy with Hillsdale College, and there was about 41 high schoolers on the trip. And we were all having pasta at this restaurant, and mostly everybody on the trip was religious, either Catholic or Protestant. And this one boy made a comment how he was experimenting with different types of religions, and how he used to be Buddhist, and he doesn't really understand what makes Christianity unique, and he wasn't sure, if God existed. And so I was able to use some of my knowledge from doing apologetics in my speech and debate league to talk to him about the evidence for God's existence and why Christianity and the belief in one God is unique.
Do you remember some of the things you said?
Yes, we got into a conversation first about the existence of God, and he said that he didn't think that God could exist because of all the evil that was in the world, which I know some of the other speakers at this conference have talked about a little bit. But I told him, well, have you ever thought about the fact that why does evil exist if there is no God, and how do you know what is right and wrong if there was no God to give you that moral code? And so we basically had a conversation about ethics and where morality comes from.
It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
How did he respond to that?
Well, he was a little bit surprised, and he said that as a Buddhist, he likes the idea that all things, so plants, animals, people, that we're all a part of God. That basically, instead of there being a God that's distinct from creation, we're all divine. And so I was able to ask him the question of, well, let's say that you were at a friend's house and there was a swimming pool and a toddler fell in the pool and a cat. Which would you save? And he said, oh, well, I'd save the person. And I said, why? And it's because humans are unique. They have a divine image given to them from God. And so that was kind of where that went.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is Vivian White. Thank you for watching.